For TraderInsight.com, I'm Adrian Manns, and it's time for your daily dose of the doctor. Let's take a look at one of the planned trades for Monday, December 12th, 2016. This one required a little bit of finesse, and I would like to discuss what it took to get this one filled and subsequently follow the move that it made down to the profit target. Now, as you can see on this intraday 5-minute chart of FRC, this is First Republic Bank of San Francisco, California. This had an entry at $88.74. Our stop was up at $89.23. 50% of the distance to the profit target, $88.38, and the target was $88.02. Now, by the looks of this chart, we see that the stock opened, traded higher, came back down, hit the entry price, made it almost 50% of the distance to the profit target, all in this first bar of trading. But it was unlikely that you could get a fill with allowable slippage if you made this trade in the first 5 minutes of trading. Let me show you why. This is a time of sale screen for FRC. First thing in the morning, 9:33, we see that it was trading $88.83. Then we had a print down at $88.68. And if we were using a market order on this, we would have got filled sometime thereafter, and we can see that what happens is that $88.44 print. Remember, if you had a stop market order, the stop market order would have triggered on any trade below $88.74, and in this case, you could really wind up getting filled pretty far away. So this is why I like to use stop limit order types instead of stop market. And you can see here that a stop limit order with an $88.74 stop price and let's say an $88.71 limit price would have never been filled. And the reason for this is that the entire morning this thing had very, very wide spreads. So we had 88.47 by 67, 45 by 65, so 20-cent spreads and very, very shallow trades. So you don't see a lot of shares going off. And it wasn't until sometime later that the stock started moving higher again. We see here that it's ticking up, getting a little bit more active. Price is firming up. The spread is narrowing to 10 cents. Now we can see 64 by 74, 65 by 83, and price is back up above the stated entry price from the trading plan. And in fact, we see that by waiting for the bid-ask spread and the price on the tape to stabilize on this one, we wound up staying out of the trade during the first 10 minutes or so of trading in FRC, and that by waiting for the spread to narrow and by taking a strategic entry on this one, we were actually able to get a price improvement rather than a price slip on the fill. So let's quickly take a look at that and then discuss how the trade played out over the course of the day. Here we see the execution markers for FRC. And we see that by waiting for the market to settle in, we didn't get filled until after the first 10 minutes of trading. When price came down and hit that 88.74 line again, it was possible to get a fill higher in the range. So the actual fill price was up here, that gray dot in the top of the bar, 88.87. So a 13-cent price improvement. We did have to ride out this volatility up almost all the way to the stop, but it made this a much easier trade to work with, and in fact we did have additional entry levels up above this stop level, so we could have had an alternative short sale on support and resistance. Never made it up that high, came back down, oscillated around that entry price at $88.74, moved down 50% of the distance to the target at $88.38, came down, oscillated around the 88.26 pivot, and then made it down to the profit target at 88.02. So at first glance, FRC seemed like it could have been a miss or a really bad slip, but sometimes managing these trades and managing that opening spread is something that just has to be done. And if price continues to be as illiquid as it has been for the past several sessions, I'm anticipating we're probably going to see more of this kind of trade management necessary into the end of the year. So there you have it. That's how we handled FRC this morning. If you have any questions, shoot me an email, adrian@traderinsight.com. I hope you had a great trading day today and an even better one on deck for tomorrow. The best trader education anywhere, only from traderinsight.com.